What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chris B back again. Yo, tonight I wanted to react to a video that I seen from another one of my favorite YouTubers that's out there. For those of y'all that's on X, y'all know him too. Greg Foreman, aka Conservative Black Perspective. I like a lot of his takes. I do. I like a lot of his takes because he come at it as a real perspective. Y'all gotta respect that. But you know what I'm saying? I had to trip off one of my last videos was Deep State and Disarray. Tonight, it is Deep State and Pantic. Pantic mode. Pantic mode. You know, a lot of people say, Trump is playing chess when a lot of them are playing checkers. And I believe that. But you know what I'm saying? To take on the deep state, you have to be on it in a certain way where you're willing to risk it all. And we're seeing that Trump was already willing to risk it all to save America. And I can respect that. A lot of people don't. But you know what I'm saying? That man he could have went elsewhere. Quick. But he chose to fight. And a lot of people are worried now. They're worried. Worried like hell. So they're trying to get Trump to commit to, are you not going to go after your political enemies? I say enemies. Sorry. Enemies. But I'm saying, can you blame them? They're trying to say, oh, the American people didn't elect you to go after your political enemies, which is false. Part of that mandate that was given, whether Democrats or never Trumpers choose to believe it or not, it was a mandate. You have to remember that. The clean house at the Department of Justice, at the FBI. That's one of the main criticisms I had personally of Trump in his first term, that he didn't go after the Department of Justice. He was hands off. If I had the question Trump, I would ask him, why was he hands off? But maybe this is why. So corrupt, you have to get them to tie their own self up. And full disclosure, I said before the election, I said that Trump needed something to happen at the Department of Justice and the FBI. Little did I know that something would happen, but it did. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, especially in the media, are trying to poo-poo that part of Trump's mandate. That part of that mandate was to clean up the media, the deep state, and all these institutions that's against Americans. Now look, these people are not going to stop. That's why they try to question Trump and try to back him in the corners. But as you can see, Trump is on it. But without further ado, let's check out something.
Biden is reportedly considering preemptive pardons before President President-elect Trump takes office. Those could include Anthony Fauci, Liz Cheney, and even Adam Schiff. For what? Well, Lucas Tomlinson is live at the White House. Lucas, is this even legal?
Well, it's certainly unprecedented, Dana, and many Republicans and even some Democrats on Capitol Hill think it would set a bad precedent. Now, earlier, Republican Congresswoman Lance Gooden from Texas had this to say about preemptive pardons.
This administration is very cognizant of the fact that they have been in on an act of criminality throughout many stages of this presidency.
I also asked the president-elect about NBC News' reporting that President Biden is considering preemptive pardons for some of the people who have clashed with Mr. Trump, including Senator-elect Adam Schiff, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and former Congresswoman Liz Cheney. As part of his response, Mr. Trump lashed out at the January 6th committee, accusing it of unfairly targeting him and even of destroying its records, which the committee denies.
And Cheney was behind it. And so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee. For what they did, honestly, they should go to jail.
So you think Liz Cheney should go to jail?
For what they did.
Everyone on the committee, you think?
I think everybody anybody that voted in favor.
Are you going to direct your FBI director and your attorney general to send them to jail?
No, not at all. I think that they'll have to look at that, but I'm going to focus on drill, baby, drill.
All right, guys. So we got to talk about this NBC interview with Kirsten Welker and President-elect Trump. I believe this is his first mainstream liberal media interview since being elected president, right? A sit-down interview with NBC News. And NBC, of course, they're still extremely Trump deranged because Kirsten Welker spent a vast majority of this interview fear-mongering and shaking in her dress about the possibility of Trump weaponizing the DOJ and the FBI to go after his political opponents like Liz Cheney and Joe Biden, right? And Trump made it very, very, very clear, okay, that Kash Patel.
But can you blame Trump? Can you blame Trump? In my opinion, can you blame Trump for this? Like he said, he had the right. Can you blame Trump for wanting to right what's wrong at the Department of Justice? They have you believe that they did nothing wrong. They'll have you believe that everything was on the up and up. But if there was, why did they want pardons for everybody? If you didn't do nothing wrong, you don't want no pardons. I'm sorry. If I did not do nothing wrong, I don't want no pardons. Do y'all hear me? Hear me now. Because that's a real deal. That's what's going on. A lot of people want retribution for what happened. And if you're a true Trump supporter, you want retribution too. And make no mistake, for you people out there that, oh, what is Trump doing? He is cozying up to the people that wanted to lock him away. He has not forgot about them. I don't think y'all realize that. I don't think y'all know that. I wanted to talk about the deep state tonight because the deep state is real. A lot of people don't realize that. These people can make the average person's life disappear. And best believe they try to do that to a former president, about to be future president. But they try to do that. And that should be scary to everybody. That the powers of the government are used in wicked ways that benefit the so select few. So much money, so much government waste, so much going on. And then if you try to make changes, they say, oh, you gonna cut grandma's Social Security. You gonna cut health care for grandma. When in reality, they're all crooks. People cry about they really cry about the tariffs, saying, "Oh yeah, tariffs is so bad." But if you go back and look at the history of tariffs, tariffs was a wonderful thing for our country. Why do we give all this foreign aid to everybody? And I'm not trying to give it away, but I think the main difference between Trump and JFK is that JFK had probably all of the military industrial complex against him, as well as others along the federal government. I don't think Trump has that among the rank and file. They want to get rid of the top echelon of all these agencies as well as Trump. And a lot of people don't realize that. They don't. I tried to say before, I was like, oh, I hope there's still some good people in our government. Some patriots, if you will. Because that's what it's going to take. Money and influence have diluted our government to the point to where it's almost no point in no return. So you better thank your blessings for Trump right now in this time and era. What a time to be alive, as they say. But why, if you didn't do nothing wrong, why are you trying to get Trump to commit to stuff he hasn't done yet? And I think in a lot of aspects, that's what they're trying to do now. How you gonna tell me I'll bust you upside the head 10 times in a row, but please don't bust me upside the head once? Think about it. Think about it. Trump supporters know what I'm talking about. But think about it for y'all that didn't support Trump. Think about this. Your political opponents was trying to lock you up forever. So basically, this election was like his life was on the line. Think about that. You're gone. They would have been Democrats, never Trumpers. Everybody would have been happy with Trump being locked up and seeing him locked in Rikers Island or Guantanamo Bay or wherever they wanted to lock him up at. They was happy with that. And all this man was trying to do was make the country better. In my personal opinion, stop hollering at me about national debt. I've said this before in previous videos. I don't believe in that bull crap. It's bull. Besides your personal debt that you owe or that you have as an individual American citizen, I don't agree with none of that national debt crap because they fail to mention the illegal money that our government makes. And that's another aspect of why Trump is winning, because he's not threatening the Black Ops community. In fact, he's giving them more action by saying we're going after the cartels. But a lot of people don't know that. He's not trying to cut Black Ops and special forces and all that military stuff that the people do to keep our nation safe. They give you and me as Americans the freedom that we deserve in this world. He ain't doing that. And y'all should appreciate that. For real. For real. But the swamp and the deep state are not going out lightly. And they're just trying to get Trump to commit to a lot of stuff that he normally wouldn't commit to. But like I had said, and like he said, I don't blame him if he go after them. And the matter of fact is welcome. Let's continue.
and Pam Bondi are independent, okay? And hey, if there are investigations and they feel as if something is wrong and that there was some criminal behavior that needs investigating and there should be charges, then hey, it is what it is. But he says that he's not going to direct them to do that. Although he does believe that Liz Cheney should be in jail, as do I, right? I believe the same thing.
If they think that somebody was dishonest or crooked or a corrupt politician, I think he probably has an obligation to do it. But
are you going to direct him to do it?
No, not at all. Not at all. We have two great people there. We have him and we have Pam. And Pam Bondi has been like a rocket ship. She's very popular and very good and very fair. And Kash Patel is very fair. I'll tell you, I thought Kash may be difficult because he's, a strong conservative voice. And I don't know of anybody that's not singing his praises. The other day I was watching, and Trey Gowdy, who's a moderate person and very smart and very respected in the party, he's Kash's biggest fan. He said, this is the most misunderstood man in politics. He's great. I guess they worked together on the Russia hoax or something.
Yeah, so of course, that didn't stop Kirsten Welker from continuing to ask the same question over and over and over again throughout this interview, because it seems to me that that's what the mainstream media really wants to focus on the most, right? Whether or not Democrats will pay for their crimes, right? So Kirsten Welker asked President Trump about whether or not he would go after Joe Biden. And what I love about this answer from President Trump is that he reiterates that his focus is on making this country great again, right? His retribution is not going after Joe Biden for what Joe Biden and the Democrats did to him. It is about making the lives of the American people better, and that is the greatest revenge. Take a look.
Are you going to go after Joe Biden?
I'm really looking to make our country successful. I'm not looking to go back into the past. I'm looking to make our country successful.
Okay. Me personally, okay, if you was the president, Joe Biden, and you got pushed out by your own party, and for those that say, okay, yeah, they got them out of there with the 25th Amendment. Are you kidding me? Please. Because, you got trolls on X and all the other platforms. The only thing they like to say to Trump supporters is that you're dumb. You're uneducated. You're dumb. You're a dummy. And I'll say, if that's the best you got, come again. But what they like to say is that you're so dumb that you don't understand what's going on. No, I understand clearly what's going on. They ran a sitting president out of office. How do you do that? Huh? Do tell. Do tell, internet world. But in my opinion, just my humble opinion as an American, was in my opinion, that it didn't have a damn thing to do with the 25th Amendment like they tried to say. They told him, okay, they told Joe Biden after that debate with Trump where everybody was coming down on him, that, it was no donors, no more donor money. He was like, okay, we'll do it without the donors. They was talking about the 25th Amendment. But I'm not sure if you could have got a whole full Biden cabinet to commit to that. So in my opinion, they told him they'd do worse, to destroy your family. Everything about Joe Biden family, they was going to destroy it, in my opinion. That's the only thing I could think that would get a sitting president to drop out. You don't think the Democrats knew where all the bones was buried? Come on now. And if you think it was just so easy as saying, we're going to get your cabinet to 25th Amendment you out of office, that was all it took to get him out? Come on, man. Spare me. But, in my opinion, I think the world was ready for Trump again. People can say they're not, but the world stage was ready for Trump. And we'll see what's going
on. Retribution will be through success. If we can make this country successful, that would be that would be such a great achievement. Bring it back. We have a country now that's overridden with crime, that has millions of people that shouldn't be here, that should be in prisons in other countries, that should be in mental institutions. We have drug lords being dropped and told never to their country. I'm looking to make our country great. I'm looking to bring prices down because, I won on two things, the border and more than immigration. They like to say immigration. I break it down more to the border, but I won on the border and I won on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that. We're going to bring those prices way down.
I want to pause here because
Yeah, I agree with that, right? I agree with Trump taking that approach throughout this interview, right? Because the media is trying to get him with gotchas, right? They're trying to say, oh, see, gotcha. You want to go after Joe Biden and Liz Cheney and Adam Schiff and all these other people. And it's like, no. What Trump is doing here, he's not committing to what the liberal media wants him to commit to, which is, Cash Patel and Pam Bondi, well, they won't go after them at all. No, he didn't say that. He says, I'm not going to direct them to do so. But if they do so, it's because they committed crimes, right? Or there's a strong belief that they committed crimes, right? At very least, okay? And I don't want to hear no boohoo, whining, and crying. If Cash Patel and Pam Bondi decide that Liz Cheney or Adam Schiff or even Joe Biden, really, right? I'm going to go as far as say, even if they decided, hey, Joe Biden, you committed crimes and you need to be charged, specifically when you talk about being involved with Hunter Biden and his business dealings overseas, in which he acted as a foreign agent without registering, okay, in what clearly was a influence peddling operation. Yeah, if they decide to go after Joe Biden for that, I don't want to hear anything from the mainstream media boohoo on and cry, because they told us that if a grand jury indicts an individual, then is not weaponized, right? That is proof. That is proof that is not weaponized, right? This is what they said about Trump. They said, well, a grand jury indicted him, right? So again, if Cash Patel, Pam Bondi, they get a federal grand jury to indict Joe Biden, Liz Cheney, whoever they go after, right? Then, hey, best believe the evidence is strong enough to suggest that charges are appropriate. And in the court of law, they can essentially defend themselves, okay? They can defend themselves. That is what Democrats said about Trump when clearly the system was being weaponized against Trump. So I don't want to hear it, right? I don't want to hear no boohoo, whining, and crying if that happens. I'm hoping that at least some of that happens, right? I'm hoping that Democrats actually are held accountable. I'm not one of these people that think that, oh, no, we should just turn the other cheek. It's like, nah. I'm not about turning the other cheek when it comes to this, because if you turn the other cheek, they're going to get away with things that they should not be getting away with. And Democrats clearly think that they are.
I think that's an important point. I really do. I think it's an important point. I think that them thinking that you should turn the other cheek on this stuff is a big problem. I really do think that, because I'm saying a lot of people think Trump is saying, oh, he's signaling that he's going to play nice and play footsie with the same people that try to lock him up forever. I'm saying he's not. I'm saying there's a lot of this information that can get them jammed up alone on just what they try to do. That's why they're so paranoid and trying to get Trump to commit to not doing nothing for him. Not doing nothing against the people that try to go after him. But to save this country truly and totally, you're going to have to. all these conspirators against America will have to face accountability one way or the other. Trump has no choice. I get it. I'm not going to give away the game to y'all. Y'all just see in 2025. For sure. But the thing that Trump is going to let these people off the hook in the sake of unity, society, because make no mistake, they're trying to bury the MAGA movement for good. They tried to. It didn't work. Look, never Trumpers got not a leg to stand on in 2024, going into 2025. They don't got a leg to stand on. It is a wonderful thing to see. Because for years and years and years, these people have been controlling things. Establishment Republicans, rhinos, Republicans in names only. They're the ones that hate and fight Trump worse than some of the Democrats that you see, because they do it behind the scenes. But this year, you know, they always said Trump learned from his mistakes in his first term. He put all the rhinos on blast. Think about what he did with Matt Gaetz. It was brilliant. I mean, as bad as we would have wanted a Matt Gaetz attorney general, he knew that that would shake the establishment to its core. And which it did. They hooting and holler, they bringing everything out. And then once Gaetz withdrew, they was doing a victory lap. They're doing a victory lap. They're talking about, oh, yeah. He wanted to start from the drawing board and, you know, da-da-da. Boom, he hit him right with Pam Bondi. Impeccable record. So, yeah, that let y'all know Trump is on another level than them fools. And he's a little bit ahead of them. I don't know why some of these people think they're smarter than Trump. I get to where some of these people in the past that was Trump supporters and in the Trump circle, they fell out of favor because they thought maybe they knew more than Trump or better than him because he was a newcomer to this political game. But in a lot of aspects, that's what you need. That's what you need. But hey, Trump is doing his thing, and I love it. Let's go.
Above the law, right? And it's time for them to be given a reality check that no, you're not above the law. You have to be held accountable like everybody else in this country, okay? It's time to hold Democrats to the same standards that they set for everybody else. Now, again, I want this to happen only if there's strong enough evidence to suggest that they actually committed crimes, right? I don't want witch hunts. I want actual justice. And I have faith that Kash Patel and Pam Bondi will seek justice, not revenge, if appropriate. And that President Trump is going to stay out of it, and he's going to focus on making this country great again, which is something that he reiterated time and time again throughout this interview, okay? And for as much as the mainstream liberal media wants to talk about this country being divided and Trump dividing the country, no. What actually really divided this country were the political persecutions against Trump. And I think Trump knows that. That's one of the reasons why I have faith that if any of these Democrats are actually held accountable, it's not going to be for political reasons. It's going to be legitimately because they committed crimes.
Sir, I don't have to tell you this because you've talked about it. It comes at a time when the country is deeply divided. And now you're going to be leading this country for the next 4 years. For the sake of unifying this country, will you concede the 2020 election and turn the page on that chapter?
No. No, why would I do that? But let me just tell you, when you say the country is deeply divided, I'm not the president. Joe Biden's the president.
But you're going to be the president.
No.
I really like that Trump said no. No. Are you going to concede? Because if he conceded to the 2020 election, you concede to all the other shenanigans that they portrayed and perpetrated against the American people. And don't let Fox News off the hook either, for those that love Fox News. Y'all love Fox News. And I used to watch it too, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. But you know what I'm saying? All of them, every major poll had, this was a tight race. This was a razor thin race. Ain't that what they said? Fox News act like they ain't even said that. Trump called Fox News one of the worst polls that he takes. They said they give him the worst. But all of a sudden now, they the authority. Come on now. They act like they didn't even put out that poll that they did. That's why I said polling should be dead after the 2024 election in America. Polling should be dead, but they're already trying to rebrand it and pump it out there to the people, saying polling said, all of the polls said the race was tight. And as y'all know, it was a landslide. You know, hey, when y'all said Biden won in 2020, I knew it was bull crap because that man got 80 million some votes. And where's all those voters that voted for Biden in 2020? Where are they? You would think if Trump was a threat to America, a threat to our way of life, a threat to our culture, that all those people and then some would have came out. But they didn't. And there's a reason for that.
I'm not the president. So when you say it's deeply divided, I agree. But Biden's the president. I'm not. And he has been a divider. And you know where he divided it more than anything else, and it probably backfired on him, I think definitely, is weaponization. When he weaponized the Justice Department and he went after his political opponent, me, he went after his political opponent violently because he knew he couldn't beat him. And I think it really was a bad thing. And it really divided our country.
Sir, Democrats have control of the White House now. They didn't in 2020. If they are going around stealing elections, why
when you
didn't
say
they do it
Democrats
this
have
time?
control now
Of the White House.
Yeah.
So why didn't they steal this election? Since they have more power now.
Because I think it was too big to rig.
So you won't.
Too big to rig.
To the people who say that you're now directing your Justice Department to investigate 2020 and they want to move on.
Very capable.
Is that
I think
a
Pam
good
is going to
use
be
of
great.
Precious resources.
By the way,
is that what you
just
want
so
them to do?
Just so you know, I have the right to do that, but I'm not interested in that.
Oh, you're not. You're not going to do that.
I'm not interested. I have the absolute right. I'm the chief law enforcement officer. You do know that. I'm the president. But I'm not interested in that. You know what I'm interested in? Drilling and getting prices down and stopping people from pouring into our border that come from prisons and mental institutions.
Boom. Facts. Facts. That's how you shut down the liberal media, okay? Trump clearly is showing that, hey, I understand that political persecutions can backfire, right? I think what Trump actually really wants is for there to be fair and honest investigations, okay? Because, again, Democrats need to be held accountable. But, again, you know, if there's nothing there, right, if they don't have anything, then, hey, it's over. It's done. Nothing's going to happen. Right? It's not like Trump is going to say, hey, you need to try to go after them no matter what. That's not what he's saying. I think what he's saying is that, no. If they committed crimes, there's strong evidence to believe they committed crimes, then, hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You have to hold Democrats accountable, but that's not what I'm focused on. I'm removed from that, right? I'm focused on helping the American people. I'm focused on doing what the American people elected me to do, not what my Justice Department or the FBI is going to be doing. Like, they're focused on their jobs, right? And whatever they do, that's on them and their judgment. Okay. But again, I'm focused on the job as president, which is to make the economy better, bring down prices, close the border, deport illegals, right? Fix the core issues in this country that people are struggling with. Okay. And I just love how Trump flipped back this whole unity question on Kirsten Welker, because when she talks about divisiveness in this country, everybody wants to point at Trump and say, well, he's the reason why it's happening. It's like, no. The divisiveness in this country has existed since Obama. Obama was the person that really started the divisiveness in this country. And Joe Biden ratcheted up after promising that it's Trump's fault, right? Trump is the cause of all our problems. This is what they essentially said during the pandemic, okay? And at the time during the pandemic, because of all the things that was happening, the BLM riots, Antifa riots, okay, the lockdowns, a lot of people did kind of blame Trump. But the American people found out quickly under the Biden administration that no, it's actually Trump who is the source of the divisiveness in this country. Is actually Joe Biden. Because under his presidency, we've never seen more hate and divisiveness in this country, because Democrats thrive off of hate and division. Without hate and division, the Democrat Party wouldn't exist, right? Let's keep it 100. Without hate and division, the Democrat Party would not exist. And they try really hard to win the election based off of that, right? Based off hating Trump, hating the other side of this country, hating your neighbors because they support Trump, right? They tried that, okay? And it didn't work, right? So I think that Trump is aware of the fact that, hey, these political persecutions, again, if the American people feel like they are political and that they're not justified, like they felt when it comes to what happened to him, then it can backfire, right? And that's why I have confidence that any accountability that Democrats face, it's not going to be political. It's going to be justice. And the liberal media, they are afraid, right? They're afraid of Democrats facing accountability and justice for their actions. So we'll see. But my hope is that Trump focuses on what really matters the most, which is making this country great again. And I am absolutely sure that will be his main priority. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought. I thought the same thing as my man. Black conservative perspective. If you're on YouTube, go follow his page. Definitely a good follow. X, I believe, G Foreman _ BCP. Go give that man a follow because he's telling you the real. You know what I'm saying? Look, they'll try to bury you. They will bury you if you go against the deep state. It takes courage under fire because a lot of people don't want to give up the status quo. I get it, but that's not helping me or mine. It's not helping me or mine, y'all. So my message to the world is, always seen, because they give you some truth in these movies, where they say corruption goes all the way to the top. I want to see it happen. I want to see a light shine on this deep state. That they shout out to Alex Jones. He going through a lot of drama. And I've talked about that before, why he going through his drama, but I give him credit. He opened my eyes to the geopolitical world of what's going on, along with your other information, all over the spectrum. Don't just get your information from one source. Get it from all over. So you have a well-rounded perspective about what's going on in the world today. But I'm going to tell you like this. People are scared because they know they did wrong. I know being a former wrongdoer. That's why you're scared of it. And it's a good thing because you deserve it. Where all them kids that's come missing? Nobody want to talk about that. And they being politically correct, if you want to be honest. Because there's a lot of stuff going on with all these missing kids at the border. A lot of things that's going wrong. What they won't tell you. They won't tell you the real deal about abortion and all the things that's going on about that. But I think the truth shall set us free. The truth shall shed. The truth shall set us free. But yo, I enjoyed that y'all come to visit me tonight. I like talking to y'all. But this is the real thing that's going on. I like to talk, I talk about a lot of the other stuff, but this is the deep state and how they coming at us through Trump. Y'all have to understand, this is systematic replacement of the American people. Please understand that. But I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Yee. Love y'all. My G's.